Hey everybody, Angela Carboni here, coming at you live. It's about 5 to 9 Mountain Standard Time here in Alberta. Told you guys I would jump on with you tonight, so here I am. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Thursday evening. Hope your day was wonderful as well. Okay, so inside of the GAZ community, I've been approached by a lot of people, a lot of you guys asking me specific questions, getting in touch with me on Messenger, you know, various stuff. It's all awesome. So I thought I would do a go live for you guys tonight so that some of these questions that you've asked me individually, I could talk about for the whole group, and we could get going there. So some people were asking me about targeting specifically. Now, what I target, which is working for me really well right now, is basically men aged 30 to 50, somewhere in there. Throughout my various ads and testing and split testing and stuff like that, it's the group of people who respond to me the most. So that's not going to be the same for you though, and that's not going to be the same for John as it is for Mary, as it is for Mike, as it is for whoever, because all of this it's all based off of you, right? Like, for some reason, men between 30 and 50 like me. They listen to me, they respond to me, they comment on my posts, they ask for more information. And I'm not saying that I don't target women at all, because I do, but a lot of women don't like me. Like, I'm a shoot from the hip, tell it like it is kind of gal, and not all women like that. Some women think it's awesome, some don't. But for the most part, that is who I am personally targeting, because through my split testing, Tanya, it won't let me watch. I don't know why not. Does everybody else see me live? Can you guys give me some feedback to see if you all see me live here? Is there anything wrong with the feed, or am I cutting out? Just give me some likes or hearts to let me know you guys can actually see me, because I'm not sure why Tanya says it won't let me watch. I'm not sure what that's about. Anywho, Benji works for me. Alex, don't let people love you. Don't let people love you, Alex? I'm not sure what you're saying on that one. Love yourself. Yes, absolutely. Love yourself. Loving yourself is key, number one. What was I talking about now? Oh, targeting. Okay, so some people were telling me that they're targeting people with similar interests that they have, right? Like, you know, I like to play volleyball, so I'm targeting people who like to play volleyball, or whatever you might be doing, right? And I'm not, and that's a good thing. That's interesting. That can give you, thank you, Alex, you're awesome too. You know, that can give you a conversation starter right there, right? Because, you know, if you're a volleyball player, I used to play volleyball, right? So I would know how to talk to another volleyball player, right? And use the lingo of the game. Or if you like motorcycles, you know, I don't ride a motorcycle. I have no idea how to ride a motorcycle. I don't know the lingo, how to talk about a motorcycle. Like, these are just examples I'm just throwing out, guys. Like, it could be anything that you're targeting. Hi, Scott. Hi, Jason. Hi, Renata. I'm sorry if I'm not saying hi to everybody, but I don't want to keep losing my train of thought sometimes. So, you know, so basically with targeting, it comes down to split testing, right? Like, I wish I had a magic bean I could give you that would say, target these people and they'll respond. But unfortunately, it's different for all of us, right? But it's not unfortunate, because that's the exciting part to me. That's the part that we get to play with and be creative with and try new things with, you know, like, that's the fun thing to me, right? If I could tell you target XYZ and they'll all buy and it'll all be perfect, I would love to do that for you. But unfortunately, that's not the way that marketing works. You know, we all have to kind of, you know, say we all have to try our own way. You know, we all have to try targeting different people and different things and different ideas and different interests. And, you know, I stick with video ads. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with story ads. I see a lot of the community doing story ads and they're doing very well with them. But video is like my bread and butter. So until it stops working, essentially, I'm going to stick with video. I am going to probably place a few story ads just to start learning how to do them and to start testing them and stuff. But my personal bread and butter is video ads. So I stick with video. Somebody asked me to speak about organic versus paid traffic. Well, the way I like to explain that basically is paid traffic is the elevator to success, whereas organic traffic is taking the stairs. So you're going to get there. It's just going to take a little bit longer, right? So like the guys are always saying in our community, you can either sacrifice a little bit of time or a little bit of money. And if you put both together, then you're really kicking ass, right? So Jason says, same here, only video for me as well. Awesome. You know what? Because I mean, guys, when you find what works, stick with it. Stick with it, you know? I love making videos. It's a strength of mine. And so I'm using that strength, right? If you're better with the written word and you can kind of paint a picture with a story, do it. You know, that would be awesome for you. Hi, Nikki. So yeah, that's basically what I would say about targeting and organic versus paid. If you guys have any questions, pop them in here and I'll answer them as best as I can. So prospecting. So now I've gotten a lot, Tanya, what are story ads? Tanya, story ads are a story basically. So you write an ad copy about a story. Maybe it's your story, you know, like I could write a story ad and say, you know, just a little bit about me, you guys. You know, in November 26th of 2011, I had a near fatal car accident where I got hit from the front by two semis and a Ford truck, and it totally woke me up to a new life. And what that new life is online internet marketing. I have met so many incredible people. I have helped change so many people's lives. And you know what? I can help you change your life too. And somehow around that story of mine, I would write that all out and then maybe put a picture on it, a picture of me or a picture of the vehicle I was in after, you know, of my car accident, whatever, you know. Jason, feel, felt, found. Absolutely. So what Jason means by feel, felt, found is that's a really excellent way to tell your story, right? So, and this is also, I'm going to get to overcoming objections later, but this is also the way to overcome an objection, right? So if somebody's like, well, you know, I'm worried it's a scam. Well, then you say, you know what? I understand how you feel. I felt the same way before too. But then I found an excellent community of people who were dedicated to my success, and now my life has changed forever. That is a quick way to sum up feel, felt, found. Okay? I know how you feel. I felt it too. This is what I found to solve that problem. That's feel, felt, found, Jason. Way to go. Right? So when you're setting up your story ad, look at it like that, you know. I worked this 9-to-5 job, which, you know what, I used to like, but then after doing it for 15 years, I didn't really like it anymore. I didn't really like my coworkers. I certainly wasn't making enough money. I, you know, felt run down and stressed out and unhappy. But then I found, right? Then I found this incredible opportunity, and I'm working with incredible people, and it has changed my life in XYZ ways. You know, now I have enough money to do what I want to. I have enough money to spend more time with my kids. I have enough time freedom to go on a vacation whenever I want to. That is the perfect way to set up a story ad. Feel, felt, found. Nikki, hey. Jason, awesome. Shaw, hi. Brandy, hey. There we go. Okay, so yeah, feel, felt, found. Go with that. That works almost every time. Okay. For prospecting specific people for your business, I did a go live a little while ago about who you don't want in your business. And it's basically the people who you have to drag through the recruiting process, people who want to, you know, watch you throw money around and throw checks in the air and look for all this hype, that kind of thing. Hi, Robert. So, I mean, basically the people you want in your business are people who are similar to you. They're people who are going to, you know, take the opportunity, they're going to take action, and they're going to be an active member of your community and a part of your team, right? So who are you? What brought you into this business? What brought you into this opportunity, right? You know, maybe you're a mother and you just were like, I just wanted to spend more time with my kids and I found a way to make money online and now I get to spend more time with my kids. So maybe go find other women who feel that way. You know, you probably, there's way too many single moms on the planet, guys. Like if you're a single mom and you're working online because you want to be able to spend more time with your kids, there's a million other women out there feeling the same way. So target them, you know, talk to them, make your ad specific to them. One thing you guys will notice, if you jump on my fan page after this, you will see that when I make a video, I say right in the beginning of it who I'm talking to. And I'll say, hi, are you a Canadian man aged 35 to 44? Well, then listen up. I want to talk to you. I have blah, 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 blah. And I get into the actual meat of the video. So don't be afraid to really target it down to, you know, like the way I'm doing it, like with targeting men of a certain age, women of a certain age, people, you know, men of a certain age in this country and men of a certain age in that country. Hi, Angela, start getting comments finally. Thank you, Angela. You started getting comments on your ads. Is that awesome? Oh, awesome. I hope that's what you're saying. That's great. Yeah. So hi, Troy. So when it comes to prospecting, Jason, reverse engineer your ad before the content. Yes. Very good. Very true. Back to prospecting. Sorry. When it comes to prospecting, just think about yourself for a minute. Think about what you got into the business for. Why did you get started? Right. You know, like I was just talking about single moms or something, but if you're, you know, just maybe you're a person who has to work 60 hours a week, at your job, that's the requirement. And you just don't want to work 60 hours a week anymore. So you found a way to make money online. Talk to people like that. I mean, it's really endless. It's really limitless, you guys. The only limit you have is what you can come up with creatively. Right. And go into the community for this, because there's 9,000 plus of us in there who can give you ideas, who can help you out. You can look at our fan pages. You can look at our video. You can look at our story ads and start to, you know, create this is a skill you need to develop is marketing. Right. So start developing your skill of creative advertisement and, you know, follow along what the people who are finding success are doing. Right. Like, just kind of follow along in their footsteps. And I mean, don't do it exactly. Don't take somebody else's story ad and copy it word for word and put it on your page. That's not right. That's not real. Right. But you know, have a look at this person's and this person's, and you can go, well, you know what? I feel like that too. And I'm going to kind of take that piece and put it in here, but I'm going to change up the words. And you know what? I didn't really like my job either. So I'm going to take that piece and put it in here too. Like if you take a bunch of pieces from 20 or 30 different people and kind of develop your own story and mold it that way, that's just as good. Look around in the community for other ideas. Don't rip people's stuff off, you know, word for word. That's not real. But, you know, look for some things that inspire you. You know, if you read one of somebody else's story ads and when you're reading it and you can hear, you can see the story that you can see where they are in their life, and you can connect with it. And the story, you know, is giving you an emotional response, and it's making you feel like you can picture this happening. You can picture everything's going on, right? That is an awesome story ad. And we have a lot of people in the community doing really well with story ads. Have a look at theirs and kind of formulate your own around your own life story. Okay. So I have 2 people interested after my follow-up message. They have decided then want to get on a phone call, but always an excuse. What would you recommend? Okay. You getting on the phone and then they're making an excuse on why they can't start. Decided they wanted to get on a call. Okay. So, as I was talking about before, a couple of my other go lives there, I was working off of Messenger because I had strep throat, but, everything I said in that go live, if you can do that on the phone, do it on the phone. Get them on the phone. And you know, there's so many ways to do that, right? One of the best ways is to, like, you guys have to remember, you're already positioned as the leader. You're already positioned as the authority. You're already positioned as the person with the information and the know-how and the product, right? So sometimes just say, you know what, I would love to answer your questions. I could probably squeeze you in for a free phone call, a free 10-minute phone call around today at 3 o'clock or even tonight at 5 o'clock. Would that work for you? You know, like, say, I could probably squeeze you in, you know, quick 5, 10, 15-minute phone call. I'll give it to you for free, you know, because if you start, if you say it like that, not only are people going to say, okay, sure, here's my phone number, they're going to show up to that call. Okay. I don't think I've ever had somebody not show up to the call when I've said, look, I can squeeze you in for a 10, 15-minute call. Normally I would charge you for this, but I'll do it absolutely free today. I can do it at 3 or I can do it at 6. What works for you? Right? And they're like, oh, 6 will be great. And then when I call at 6 o'clock, they're like, hey, Angela, right? They're excited. They're ready. I almost never get, oh, I forgot about our call. Like, that doesn't even happen, right? Not that it doesn't happen ever, because it does happen to some people. Some people get busy and they forget, right? But also try to book the call for either the same day or the next day, right? Jason, create scarcity. Exactly. So, you know, and your time is worth something, right? Like your time is, valuable, you know? Sometimes this is something even I forget because I'm someone who wants to help everybody. I got people messaging me left, right, and center. I want to talk to everybody. I've had some personal phone calls with you guys. Some people I haven't been able to get on a phone call with, and I've had to help you guys out through Messenger or whatever. But that's what these Go Lives are for, right? This way I can talk to everybody kind of all at once. I can answer some questions, and then everybody gets the benefit of all of this knowledge, right? So, yeah. So that would be a bit about story ads. Okay. And again, if you guys have any more questions, go ahead and pop them in. The next thing I'm going to move on to is closing sales. So you guys have to know you're not going to close everybody. Zig Ziglar didn't have a 100% closing rate. Nobody has a 100% closing rate. Okay. There's some people who are just not going to, ever really get there when it comes to buying your product, right? You're very welcome. Shaw, I think it's Shaw. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You're very welcome. You know, I don't close 100% of people, right? It's just kind of unheard of in the sales world. But, you know, what you just have to kind of think of there is the more you serve somebody, the more they want to buy what you have, right? So if you are doing your prospecting properly and you're doing your messages properly and you're doing your calls properly, that you're digging into people's lives and you're finding out exactly all those little nitty, you know, things going on, and you know exactly how this program and our products can help that person's life, then that's where the sales are going to come from, right? So I'm not saying that closing, like working with sales, I mean, sales is a skill. There's things you need to develop. There's a certain way a sales call should go, that kind of thing. But I've been getting a lot of messages just like, well, I can't close anybody. Well, it's not that you can't close anybody. It's that you're trying to close everybody, and not everybody has 100% close. Nobody has a 100% close rate. There's going to be some people who just are not going to buy what you have. They don't have the vision, right? They're not there yet, you know? That's the other thing a little bit about closing calls, or even with your prospecting, or even with your targeting, you know, like some of us who've been in this industry a long time and who've done some, you know, serious personal development work, like, you know, even with the Awaken event just last month there, like your frame of mind could be totally different, right? Like than it was. I am nowhere near the same person I was 5 years ago when I got started working on myself. I am almost a night and day difference. So no matter whether you're on Messenger or when you're on their phone or whoever you're talking to, some people just might not be there yet, right? There's still going to be some people out there who think no matter what you do, it's a scam. There's still going to be people out there who think no matter what you do or say, it's too good to be true. And they're never going to get involved, right? Because they don't have the mindset to do it. It's not there. They're not there yet. So just remember that. Just remember that not everybody has taken the same journey you have taken to learn about yourself and learn about an online opportunity and actually get started, you know? Now, when it comes to certain objections, right? And these are objections everybody gets, right? You know, somebody asked me specifically to talk about like the $99, I can't afford it kind of objection. And so, you know, basically with this objection, there's a million ways you could go about answering this one, you guys. Like, you know, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, do you stop at Tim's or Starbucks, you know, or whatever for a coffee every morning? Oh yeah, sure I do. Well, then there's $100. Are you willing to sacrifice your morning coffee and make it in your own Keurig machine in order to change your life financially? You know, I mean, anybody can find $99, guys. This is, and I know most people are broke. The average American, the average Canadian doesn't even have $500 in their savings account, right? But that's because we spend money on frivolous shit. So when you start calling people out on their money, they're spending frivolous shit, you know, like the coffee every morning and the, you know, going out to eat, you know, twice a week or something. Like, people will find the money if they see your vision, you know. If they see what you have as a need, they will come up with the $99. Hey, Angela, Julia. Okay, I'm hopping on late because I was on a Team Zoom webinar for new leads and was also busy closing a K8 sale. Awesome. Loving your goal. I have so much value. Keep doing your thing, girl. Thank you, Julia. I'm so excited to hear about your K8 sale. That's fantastic. Way to go. Way to go, Julia. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Robert, $99 Canadian or American. Most of you guys know that our program is in American dollars. And your commission is paid to you in American dollars too, so it evens out that way. Jason, maybe I should ask them, send me a friend request or for a call slot for when they finally become ready. I'm not quite sure what you're asking me on that one, Jason. Ask them to send me a friend request for a call slot for when they finally become ready. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying on that. If you're saying, send you a friend request. You know what? If you want to move people from your fan page to your personal page and have them friend request you and then keep conversing, go right ahead. That's a great idea, right? Because the more you dig into people, right, the more relationships you make, and the deeper you create these relationships, the more sales and the more money you make. It just goes hand in hand, right? Because before people are going to buy anything from you, they need to trust you. And the way people learn trust is by interest, right? When I show interest in your life, when I care about your problems, when I see, you know, something I can help you with, and then I kind of come in with a resolution, I come in with a solution, and I literally want to help you, okay? And I do. You know, no matter who connects with me, I don't care what walk of life you are in. I just had, I've actually had several for some reason in the last few days, ex-cons say to me, well, I'm trying to get my life together and I can't, you know, nobody will hire me because I got a criminal record. And I'm like, man, that fucking sucks ass. Like, let's try to find some way to work this out for you, you know? Okay, so I missed a few here. Julia, boom, yes, not to mention the 14-day money-back guarantee, so literally no risk involved. People who are serious about changing their life will always find a way to come up with the $99. Absolutely. Now, with the 14-day refund policy, that's valid and it's there, and it can certainly be done, right? Like, if you're not happy within the first 14 days, you can certainly get your money back. I only really mention that if they ask. Okay, because, you know, if people come to me and they're like, well, is there any kind of guarantee? And I'm like, well, there's not a guarantee that you're going to be able to, that you're going to make money, because we can show you as a community how to do everything. But if you don't do any of it, you're not going to make any money. I'll leave that to the end. Exactly. And I leave it to the end too. And I usually don't say it. I don't say it unless they ask, right? Like because usually they'll be like, this question will come after they know the price, obviously, right? Because then they're like, well, you know, what if it doesn't work out? Well, if it doesn't work out, in the first 14 days, you can get your money back, full refund. And Julia, don't give people more info than they need. Good call. Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, if somebody asks me, well, is there any kind of a refund or a trial period? I'll say, well, you have 14 days and you can get your money back free and clear, no problem. You know, I'll say most people don't get a refund with us because they see what we're doing and they see how profitable it is and they stick with us. But certainly if you are unhappy, you can get your money back in that first 14 days. Absolutely. And that's kind of how I'll put it together. Jason, I tell them I can give you a fully furnished shop with all the parts, but you got to build the hot rod. Nice. Oh, I love that. Given that I'm a kind of a classic car girl, that's a great analogy. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, I'm trying to think. Was there any other objections you guys want me to talk about? Just put them in the feed here. I'll see what I can mention. So another thing that I will say when it comes to I can't afford it is, you know, God damn, you make everything sound so easy. Well, it is easy, you guys. You just have to get in. You just got to dive into people's lives and don't be afraid to ask personal questions. You know what I mean? Like some people would be like, wow, that's kind of rude of you. Well, you know what? A lot of people will tell you almost every problem they have if you ask. You know, if you ask straight out, what is it going on in your life? What's happening with you? You know, what challenges are you facing? Ask the tough questions because you're going to get the answers. You are really going to get the answers. And in what's happening in that conversation is people are going to start to trust you, right? Because the more they start giving of themselves, the more they start telling you about their kid who's got this problem and their mother who, you know, they need to help her. I've had problems with people getting financing, but want in so bad. Okay. Well, Scott, that's kind of a different thing. I'll get to that. All right. I don't want to jump over this, objection thing. Because the financing thing can be a problem for some people. You just, you know, if they don't have the credit, they don't have the credit. But there's lots of other ways to, you know, get them started with just their UConn, and, you know, other things like that. Jason, people love to be heard, be interested, not interesting. Exactly. Like, and you guys know I love to talk, right? I mean, I'm the feisty little Italian. I talk quickly. I constantly gesturing, you know, I mean, with Italians, if you cut our hands off, we'd be mute. We wouldn't be able to talk anymore. But you will not believe how fast I can shut the hell up when I'm on a call with somebody, right? Like I'm the last person doing any of the talking on the call. I'm asking the question and then I'm shutting up and listening. And not only am I doing that, I'm usually taking notes because sometimes, guys, there's a lot of, if I ask, what challenges are you facing in your life right now that being able to work from home online would help you with? I can get, well, you know, I just need more time with my family. Or I can get, well, you know what? This is going on. And my mother's sick and she needs money. And, you know, I just lost my dad to cancer and I'm trying to help my mom out. My kids are sick and need medicine. You know, I mean, I can get a million responses to that question, right? So when people start delving into everything going on in their lives, and usually there's a few challenges people are facing, you know, like financially, there can be more than one challenge other than just, well, I just wanted to see what you had, or, well, I just don't like my job. There could be some serious challenges going on in these people's lives. And they're really looking for a solution, you know, and all you need to know is you have that solution. You have it. It's in your hand. It's ready to go. There it is. You just have to introduce it to them at the right time. Okay. When it comes to I can't afford it, I will often say to people, you can't afford it. You can't afford $99. No, I can't afford it. And you can't find it anywhere, you know, like your morning coffee or, you know, maybe shutting off your cable TV for the month and just watching everything on Netflix because it's on Netflix anyway. Got to jump on a call soon, so I'll watch the replay. Awesome, Julia. Thanks, sweetie. Thanks. I hope you guys are getting value because this is what I like to do. I like to give value. So just give me some likes, give me some hearts, let me know what's going on. And of course, any questions, please pop them in the feed here. I'll answer them. I don't want to be on here all night and keep you all busy. I want you to go off and do things in your business. So also suggestion for everybody watched. If you haven't already, you need to go and watch the Tech Talk that was recorded on May 9th. It is 2 hours. And yes, that was awesome. Yes, if you guys have not seen that Tech Tuesday, it was pure gold. It was way awesome. So go and check that out. But what I will say to people is I'll say, well, what is it going to cost you if you don't get started today? You know, what if you don't get started today, what's it going to cost you? Is it going to cost you another year at your crappy job that you hate? Is it going to cost you your relationship with your spouse because you never get any time with them? Is it going to cost you the relationships you have with your kids because you never get to see them? You know, what is it going to cost you if you don't make a change? Because it's going to cost them something. They are going to end up staying in their humdrum life that they are telling you right now that they cannot stand. That they cannot stand their boss, that they cannot stand not seeing their kids, they cannot stand not being able to take a vacation. You know, I can't believe, you know, I've traveled quite a bit, but I can't believe how little some people have traveled. You know, I will still be shocked by people who say to me, I've never been outside of Canada. And I'm like, oh my God, and you're like 45 years old, you've never been outside Canada. That's a surprise to me. You know, I'm surprised by that, because I'm thinking by the time you're 45, you should have been halfway around the world, you know, or something. I mean, it's just, it's a surprise kind of thing for me to hear, right? So I'll just call them out. You know, I've told you guys many times that I call people out on stuff, and I will call them out and say, look, what is it going to cost you if you don't start with me? Tomorrow, you're going to get back up in the morning at 6 a.m. and go to your 9 to 5 and hate your whole day and, you know, work with coworkers you can't stand and do work you don't even like doing anymore, feel unappreciated, underpaid. You know, a lot of people end up with, you know, incredible problems with mental health issues, like they're depressed, they're anxious, they're so unhappy that they're suicidal or something. You know what I mean? And don't think these people aren't out there, guys, because they are. Okay? I have come across many people out there who are literally, you know, 1 minute away from fucking throwing in the towel and saying, I've had it with this life. I cannot do this for one more day. So what is it going to cost them to not get started? What is it going to cost them to not make a change? And I will say it, and I'll say, you know, this job you've just been telling me about, like you work at this office and they don't appreciate you, and you can't stand the work you do anymore, and you're, I mean, you're just hating your life. And I will say, you want to live one more day like this? Do you really? Because if you want to go and keep working your crappy job that you hate, you've just told me you hate it. You just told me you don't have enough money. You just told me you don't have enough time. You just told me you don't have enough freedom. And you're not willing to pay $99 to get all of that. You're not willing to pay $99 to get out of your job, to get some time freedom, to get some financial freedom, to spend more time with the people you love. That's not worth $99 to you? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. So call people out on it. And guys, you have just had a conversation with them. You just asked them what specific challenges they are facing in their life that working from home online would help them with. So you know this totally is going, you know all the answers to this question, right? They have just told you, well, I can't stand my boss. Well, I get no time with my wife or my husband or whatever. You know, my kids are growing up without me. I mean, you're going to hear everything that's going on in their life. So you just immediately say right back to them, I can show you exactly, step by step and click by click, how to solve every one of these problems for $99. Are you telling me that this is all not worth $99? Is that seriously what you're saying to me? You got to be fucking shitting me. And I have said that to people on the phone. Okay? I have seriously said that, like, you got to be fucking shitting me, Mike. I just gave you an exact way to solve all your problems. And you're telling me that $99 is just something that you cannot manage. Give me a break. Okay? So if that's an objection, that's how you handle it. Call people out. You just had a conversation with them. They just told you everything that's going wrong in their life. Tell them exactly how you can fix it and how it's going to cost them $99. That's it. Somebody asked me about what to say when they ask if there's additional costs. You know, if you're on the phone or if you're on Messenger and people are like, well, what about after the $99? You know, is there anything else I have to buy? Well, I just normally say, well, you know what? You can decide to invest a little bit of money in an ad budget if you like, for maybe like anywhere between $2 and $5 a day. Or you can decide to do organic traffic, which won't cost you anything, you know, won't cost you any money, but it might cost you, you know, a little bit more time instead, right? I don't get into the K8 and the Inespa and the trifecta and the products, because that's not the time for it, guys. They're not ready for it yet, okay? First, they need to believe that this system is going to teach them the skill set they need to make money online. Then you worry about the products, okay? So if they're asking specifically about additional costs, just that's kind of what I say. I'm like, well, if you want to come up with a little bit of money for an ad budget, you can certainly do that. But if you don't, it's all good. We show you a free way to do advertising as well. There, done. Question answered. Any more questions in there, guys? Please give them to me, because I want to make sure I talk about as much as you guys want me to talk about here tonight. Time management. So this is something that I struggle with, and this is something that my mentor Kevin always tells me. And you know, because I want to help everybody, that I end up kind of wearing myself a little thin. But what I am not is, I know I am the CEO of my business. Okay, so I spend my time on income producing activities. I spend my day checking my ads, making video, and following up with people. Those are income well, the video not necessarily is income producing, but it's part of the ad, so it needs to get done. So that is, you know, it goes hand in hand with the ad. So you spend your time on your ads and you spend your time following up with people. Anything outside of that is background noise. Okay. If you have video that you shot and you need to put the captions on it, send it to a virtual assistant to do that. Okay, I have a VA system that I work with on and off when I need it. You just go to needava.com, I believe. The girl, her name's Jenny Jordan. She's absolutely amazing. Her VAs do wonderful work. They're cheap. Get them to do the menial stuff that you don't have time for. Becky, how do we do free advertising? No one ever went over this with me. Becky, inside of the GAZ group, Cody did a really excellent training on organic traffic. So I would suggest you check that out. Shaw, can I move in with you, maybe in your basement, for you to drill your skills into my brain so I can do exactly what you were doing? Well, that's what this Go Live is for, Shaw. That's what this is here for. So ask me all the questions you want. I'm going to stay on as long as you guys need me to. I obviously don't want to take up your whole night, but I want to serve. I want to help. I want to give you guys whatever knowledge I have that might help you. So remember, you're the CEO. Okay. So like the CEO doesn't, you know, sweep the floor, right? Like the CEO deals with CEO things, and the other stuff, you find somebody else to manage that for you. Using a virtual assistant is very handy. They're inexpensive. They're very good. If you go to Jenny Jordan's Need a VA, I love Jenny. I've been working with her for years. Her VAs are awesome. Try to put a little, you know, get some of these little things off your plate, right? Michelle, a lead just said, how legit is this company? What exactly will I be selling? Okay, so legit. All right. Now, this is basically, how should I answer that? Yeah. Okay, Michelle. The way you should answer that is, okay, the way I would answer that is, I would say, if you have any worry that this business is not legitimate, then maybe you shouldn't start with us. It might not be the right option for you, because if you say, like, if they're saying to you, well, I don't know if this is legit, I don't know if I should send $99, I don't know if you will give it back to me in 14 days. If they're in this mindset that they're worried that this might be a scam, okay, then just say it out, just call it out to them and say, look, if you think I'm scamming you, I don't even want you to get involved then, because I want you to know that I am an honest business person. But if you feel in any way that I'm scamming you, stay away from this opportunity then. Right? Because, and I'm not, again, you guys, I'm not trying to cost you sales, and I'm not trying to tell you to, tell people to go away. But like I said before, guys, there's some people you don't want on your team. You know, I had a guy just earlier tonight, and we went all the way through it, kind of thing. And, you know, it came down to the $99 price. And he was like, I'm sorry, the moment I am asked for money up front, I think it's a scam. That's it. He's like, thank you for your time. And I'm like, you seriously think that if you have to actually pay money to learn something, you automatically think it's a scam? Okay, well, you take care then. Bye-bye now. Because it's thinking that I can't fix. I can't get him out of that. I can't get him out of that thinking. Exactly. It's them who need this business. Exactly. Right. So when it comes to, is this a scam? Is this too good to be true? Specifically, if they ask, is this legit or is this a scam? Then I will say to them, look, if you think this is a scam or not legit at all, then, go on about your merry day and get back to your humdrum life. If they say to me something like, is this too good to be true? Or this sounds too good to be true, right? Then I will say, and I think I've said this to you guys before, I will say, look, the reason why this sounds too good to be true is because it is outside of the norm. All right. The only reason Like the only thing we are taught is to go to school, get a good job, work for 40 years for somebody else, and then die unbroke, unhappy, and full of regret. And anything outside of that thinking is considered taboo. It's considered too good to be true. But you know what? The internet is not going anywhere. So we all might as well learn how to make money off of it. And the internet doesn't care if you work it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's how you make money while you sleep. You know, Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I think that's pretty telling, don't you? So that's how I handle it. Too good to be true objection. Jason, don't you pay money for college? Of course. And you can use that as well, right? Like, you know, if they're like, oh, I work in IT. Oh, did you go to college for that? Oh yeah, I went to, school for 2 years or 4 years. Did the university charge you money for that, to learn that skill? Well, of course they did. Okay, so why do you think your online education should be free? Okay, Michelle, that's great. I appreciate that. Totally makes sense. Just need to hear someone say it out loud. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Good. I'm glad I helped you out with that, Michelle. Yeah, so the too good to be true one, I will explain a little bit, because they are saying that it sounds really good, but they just kind of need a little more from you. You know what I mean? And if you call it out that way and say, look, the reason why it sounds too good to be true is because it's outside of what we're taught, you know? But the world is changing, and the world has from back when I was 20 to where now being 39, the world has changed significantly in the last 19 years. So, you know, but sometimes saying to people, look, the internet is not going anywhere. We should all be learning how to make money off of it. And I truly believe that if you do not learn how to make money off the internet, you're going to be left out in the cold financially. Because it's true, you guys. It's just the way the world is working now. So people can adapt or they can starve. That is kind of essentially what you're dealing with at this point, you know? Like, they can understand that it's time to move online, or they can stick with their old thinking that has got them into the humdrum average life they have, or maybe they're even below average, you know, and then they can keep going on their life that way. And that's their journey. You know what I mean? Not everybody is meant to take this journey with you. So, know that, you know what I mean? Just know that there's some people that are they're never going to get on this journey because they can't wrap their minds around it. Kristen, I'd rather live and be comfortable. Absolutely. You know, and most people would rather live and be comfortable. But again, people have to be in a specific mindset in order to get started with this kind of thing. So if they're not in that mindset, you can't change their mind. You can tell them everything you think you should tell them. You can stick by them. You can answer every question, and they still won't get involved because they're just not there mentally, right? And we can't change people's mindset. There's nothing I can do about that. And I especially can't do anything about it from across the internet, you know, or even across the phone. I can't convince you to change your own life. All I can do is help you do it when you've decided to. Okay. Gonna have a sip of my tea now, since I've been talking for, I don't even know how long. Oh my God, almost half an hour. You guys are probably sick of hearing my voice. Alrighty. So any other questions that I can answer for you guys? Pop them into the feed here. I'm just looking at my notes to see if there's any other questions that I was asked that I didn't cover yet. Okay. Yeah. I think all the questions that I was asked before I came on tonight over the last week or so that people have been connecting with me, I think I covered them all. If you got any more for me, just comment them in here into the feed and I'll answer them if I can. Trying to think of anything else that might help you guys out. Who's not doing their own videos yet? I have talked about video with you guys before. I love video. It is my bread and butter. But I was talking to one gal earlier. Jason, so if a family member has a life-threatening situation, you'd be comfortable paying to fix it? That's pretty good, you know? And sometimes you guys think about who you're talking to, okay? Mandy, no videos from me yet. Kristen, I was told to wait for my page to not be flagged. To make a video? Kristen, you were told not to make a video until your page was not flagged? I'm not sure what you're saying there. Hi, Alex. So if you don't want to do your whole video, if you're brand new and you don't want to do the whole thing like I do, because I am comfortable with video, the very least that I recommend, if you're going to use one of the videos from the back office, that you put an intro and an outro on it, and you make your own thank you video, okay, that you can put into the integration section of your account in the GAZ back office. Because people, this business is about building relationships. That's the bottom line of what you're doing here. People need to see you, all right? People see me in my video, then they see me at the thank you page. Then they see me on Facebook with my posts. They see me out with my videos. They see me out doing go lives. They are seeing me all the time. I'm consistently in their face, right? So, love it. She must mean she is still seasoning her page. Oh, maybe. Kristen, if you're still seasoning your page, yeah, don't worry about an ad yet then. Wait, finish seasoning. Shaw, trust me, practice in front of the camera every day. Absolutely. The funny thing I've talked about with you guys with video before is there's an old Jerry Seinfeld joke that he says that the number one fear of people is public speaking, and the number two fear is death. So that means that if they have to be at a funeral, they'd rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy. Now I know that's just a funny joke, but it's very real. Like, people would rather die. They fear being dead less than they fear being in the front of the room of something. So the funny thing with that, guys, is making a video is not going to kill you. It is not going to stop your heart. Okay? So I'm not saying that the fear isn't real. Some people really do fear the camera. But if you just start making a few videos, even if you just talk to your phone, and when you're talking to your phone or whatever you're making your video on, look at that little camera, look at that little button as if it's your best friend. That's the other piece of advice I always give people. Talk to your phone like you're talking to your best friend or your wife or your husband or somebody you're comfortable with, right? Because it really becomes easier and easier. And don't delete your screw ups, okay? Keep your screw ups, keep things that you think aren't perfect, so that, 2 or 3 weeks from now, when you're gunning and you're doing awesome videos, you can look back and see how far you've come. So that's the biggest thing, you guys. I could give you a highlight reel of all the screw ups I've done in the last freaking 3 or 6 months. Just because I'm comfortable doing it doesn't mean all of them come out perfectly, right? Dan, I shot 19 videos before I got to the one I wanted. Well, you know what actually probably happened there, Dan, is the other thing with video, guys, is you have to remember that you are your own worst critic. Okay? You're going to look at that video. You're going to say, oh my God, my hair's out of place on this one. Oh, I stumbled my word there. Oh, I said, oh, I'm not looking exactly at the camera at this moment. You are going to find everything wrong with that video that you can. Being a singer, I have video of me singing at different events in my life. And every time I watch that video, I can pick out a new note that I didn't hit perfectly. Okay? So you're your own worst critic. Just start getting comfortable and throwing it up there, putting the ad up anyway, even if you're not 100% comfortable with it, because you're never going to be 100% comfortable with it if you got to start nitpicking at every little detail, right? Scott, shoot and post. Exactly. Get it up. Get it out there. Get it going. Now, also remember, I wanted to just touch on, hit some here on my list. I wanted to touch on comments and people responding to you. Because the number one thing is, guys, when you put video out there or you put your story ads out there, then you're being very brave. Okay. You're being very, very brave because you are willing to put yourself out there onto the internet now. All right. And you have no idea what's going to come back to you. I have had the most heinous shit sent back to me in comments. I couldn't even get into all of it. Like, I should go kill myself, and how fucking dare I keep scamming people out of money, and show me your tits, and give me, and blah 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 blah. Like, I mean, and all I do is ban them from my page and then delete the post. Okay, you can't take this shit personally. There's always going to be some typewriter tough guy on the other end of the internet who is going to try to bash you for doing something that they will never have the courage to do. Okay. So putting yourself out of the internet, it's going to have a lot of benefits, but you know what? Sometimes it comes with a bit of a price where you're going to get disgusting comments from people that, you know, you would never think. You can't believe somebody actually just typed that into their computer and actually sent it to you. Like, it's so disgusting. But that's just unfortunately what happens with the internet. You're always going to have those typewriter tough guys over, you know, all around the world. So, I mean, don't take it personally, you know. And the funny thing, actually, guys, I had one guy who sent me a message, and he said, "Show me your tits," and I deleted him and banned him. Like, I banned him from my fan page and then deleted the post. And then he found me on my Facebook page, like my personal profile, and he sent me a message request, and he was like, "Yeah, this is so and so from your fan page. I asked you to show me your tits because I wondered if you were a real person answering your messages and not like a bot." Right? So I accepted the message. I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, you seriously sent me a message saying, show me your tits, just to see if I was a real person who was going to answer to you?" Like, that's an unusual, you know, it's an unusual way to go about connecting with somebody. But that was what he did. So I actually got another comment like that. I think it was like 2 days ago. And when I saw it, instead of just banning the guy and deleting him, I sent him back a message. I'm like, "Do you really want to see my tits? Or did you just ask me that to see if I'm a real person answering these messages?" And he was like, "Yeah, actually, I was just seeing if you were a real person." And I'm like, kind of a crazy way to go about it, my friend, but, you know, whatever. Shaw, stop giving a fuck. They don't pay your bills. Absolutely. You guys, I haven't given a fuck in a long time. And if you haven't, I'm in the middle of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Incredible book. If you haven't got it, get it and read it. We are just giving way too many fucks in this life. It's awful. So get that book, read it, move on. Jason, I constantly get called a meth addict. Cody says not to delete their comment, just ban them and keep the engagement because it's hidden anyways afterwards. Okay, well then you could do that too. You're right. It does just get hidden once you ban them. Tiffany, when you do calls with people, do you use your own number or through Facebook? It depends. Like, if I'm talking to somebody in Australia, I'm probably going to use Facebook Messenger for that. If I'm talking to somebody in Canada, I can probably call them from my own phone. So, you know, either way, whatever works for you, kind of thing. I notice that I'm here in Canada, so I notice actually sometimes when I'm calling to the US, to prospects who get on phone calls with me, I call them and then the number exactly, like the call goes immediately to a busy signal. So evidently there's certain cell phone plans in the United States that actually will not allow their people to accept an international call. So that could be happening too. And if that's the case, then use Messenger, use Skype, use, you know, these online ways to connect with people. You know, because there's more than one way than the phone, right? But yeah, like, I mean, if you don't have a good long distance plan, you're not going to call Australia and have it, you know, have them charge you $5 a minute, right? Use Messenger for that. There's so many apps out there. Use WhatsApp. Use hi Kevin, hi Kyle. I mean, there's probably technology out there that I'm not even thinking about. Hi Jean-Claude. But yeah, if they're halfway around the world from you, use Messenger, you know. If they, for some reason, like if it's this Canada to US thing and they don't have the proper cell phone plan, then use Messenger, or Skype or whatever you want to do. Scott, voice messenger is good. Yes, absolutely. You could use voice messenger as well, right? Lots of ways to connect in this world. We are certainly not in any position where we lack connecting with people all the way around the world. So, you know, I'm talking to a guy from Singapore today, through Messenger. So yeah, use all the technology that's out there. Learn the technology that's out there and use it. Sometimes I'm bad for that, guys. There's things on my iPhone. I was an Android girl. Now I have an iPhone the last few months, and there's still little things on my phone that I have to learn because I haven't learned them. So, Jason, I live in the US, so I only target the US. Well, you know what, Jason, you can target Canada too. Dan, thank you for the info. I just got hit with some more infos. Awesome. Awesome. Go deal with them. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. I got a jet. All right, Dan, go take care of your business. Jason, because of your cell phone plan. Okay, so, you know, if you don't have a very good cell phone plan, so you think you should just, you know, if you're US and you don't have good international rates or something, you can always connect with these people through Messenger. You know, a lot of people use Facebook Messenger calls now. I get called on it quite often. So I wouldn't limit my my advertising to just one specific country because it might be a problem with a phone call, because the phone call can always be done on Messenger or Skype or something that doesn't cost any money anyway. I personally do target Canada and the US, and I actually separate those. I know Cody talks about them being together. Go ahead. I mean, I found in my split testing that if I separate the countries, it works out a little bit better for me. So you can always try everything, you know, try whatever you want. It's all awesome, right? Hi, Keith. Jason, once you go back, you never go back. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, so when it comes to calls and stuff like that, then use the technology that's out there. You know, use Messenger, Skype, whatever you want to do. Connect with people however you can, however you need to, right? You need to get in contact with these people. Shaw, I got to get going, hon. Need to be at work early morning at midnight in Toronto right now. Thank you. You're very welcome. And if you guys are going off to bed, go ahead off to bed. I'm gonna sign off of this here pretty quickly too. I've been talking for 45 minutes or so. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. I hope you are getting value though, guys. I hope what I'm saying is helping you in some way. And again, you know, when we're done here, if you got any questions for me, then you can certainly messenger me and I'll get back to you. I can always do another go live to give you some value with and answer more questions and stuff like that. Because that's what I want to do with these things. I want to give you value. I want to give you action, like the guys, like when we're doing a Tuesday or Wednesday night webinar, what do they finish the webinar with? What are you going to leave with now? What are you going to go do now that you just learned how to do and go implement it into your business? That's how I want my go lives to be for you guys. I want you to go off now and put that stuff into your business and start making money with it and start growing your team and start having results. That's the only reason I do this. This is not for my health. This is not to help me, right? I mean, this is to help you guys. So Scott, calls have been a game changer for me. Definitely good value. Appreciate it, Angela. Absolutely. You know what, Scott? Calls tend to be a game changer for everybody. You know, I mean, there's a reason why Brian and all the guys from that Tech Tuesday there last week, you know, were saying, get the hell on the phone, because it's effective. It's very effective, you guys, right? And more than that, I have had many people where I get on the phone and they're like, I just wanted to make sure you were real, Angela. Send me the link. I want to sign up. Right? Like, I mean, so sometimes just getting on the phone and them hearing your voice, that's all they needed. They just needed to make sure you were a real person on the other end of the internet who wasn't going to scam them out of money, who was listening to them when they spoke to you. And they just need to make sure you're alive and you have a heartbeat. That is basically what they wanted the phone call for, right? So, you know, take the time to make the 5-minute call, guys. They don't have to be long calls, you know, like, I mean, you can pretty much boil down what you need to say in 10 to 15 minutes, you know, when you get good at it, right? Because you're just talking about the GAZ system. You're talking about the 10% they're going to manage, the 90% that we're going to manage at a $99. That's all you're talking about, right? So, I hope, like, what I'm trying to do with these go lives, guys, is, and we've all been talking about this, is the ripple effect, right? I want more of a ripple, right? I want more ripple from my life. I want more of me out there. You know, a lot of you have been telling me you're sharing these go lives. I had somebody message me and say, is it okay if I share your go live? Share the fucking go lives, guys. Pass them out. I don't care where they end up. You know, I know that by putting myself out there on a go live and posting this on Facebook, it could end up halfway around the world. And I am excited for that. I want that. I want you guys to share this if you need to. Please do. You know, like, I'm not just saying this to the people who can be here right now. Anybody who can come on later and get value from this, even 6 months from now, a year from now, whatever. This is the ripple effect that we're talking about. So you do not need to ever ask me, can I share this, Angela? Just share it, okay? Whether it's a go live, whether it's a post I put up, whether it's a video that I talk about something that you think other people need to hear, share it. Share it a million times. I'm grateful for the people who share these things, because this is just passing out more knowledge. This is just passing out more info and making us all better, making us all have better lives, making us all have better businesses and better results. So share and share alike. Okay. Just keep sharing them. It's awesome. Tiffany, you're so real and passionate. I love your go lives. Thank you. Well, you know what? Being real is not something I lack, and passion is something I definitely do not lack. I am an incredibly passionate person. I love my life. I love what I do. I love the people in it. My life is incredible. It is, you know, of course, everybody's got problems. Everybody got, you know, things they deal with, but I love my life. I love being passionate. I love serving other people. I love to help, you know, So that's what I'm here for, guys. I'm here to do whatever I can to help you guys all succeed. You know, the ripple effect is a big deal to me. It is really a big deal to me. You know, I've of course heard about the ripple effect years and years ago. A lot of people got introduced to the ripple effect idea just this past month at the Awaken event in Vegas. And if you really think about the ripple effect, you guys, and what it means, it is more than game changing, right? If you really realize that everything I'm doing right now is going to affect somebody for the rest of this life. Scott, love this business. Hit 3A today and going strong. Fucking A, Scott. Glad to hear it. Awesome. 3A rocks. Next, get to 4A. 4A is the bomb. And just so you guys know, if you don't know the statistic already, 80% of people who make it to 4A make it to 6A. So get to 4A and get crushing it. Okay? This is awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, Scott. Congratulations for you. That's fantastic. I love hearing stories like that. That's the bomb. Yeah, the ripple effect. So I want a big ripple in this world, guys. I want a big wave. I want, you know, I want to help. It's just what I want to do. And I just want to change lives for you guys. And for anybody who's out there listening to this now, however you come across this, maybe you're not on this Go Live live. Maybe you hear it, you know, it's May 25th of 2017 right now. Maybe it's a year from now when you see this, whatever it is, you know. Let's just get the word out there, guys. Let's just keep getting the word out there that life doesn't have to be, oh, ho hum and average and crappy. You know, we're all meant to be exceptional. We are all meant for exceptional life. You know, we were just talking on our mastermind tonight. We're not here just to survive. We're here to thrive, right? And it's just a simple change in mindset that's going to get you there. So, and that's kind of what the ripple effect does, right? Like the more you see people helping you and the more people come back to you saying, oh my God, I hit 3A today because I took your advice on making phone calls. Or, oh my gosh, I made I had my first $10,000 month because I listened to this. And you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when you start hearing these stories, these success stories coming back to you guys, holy shit, are they addictive, right? You just want more of those stories and you want them yesterday, right? So if you're really brand new in your business and you haven't necessarily impacted a whole bunch of people, trust me, just by starting in your business, you have impacted people and you just don't know it yet. Okay. You just don't know it yet because you haven't maybe totally learned what the ripple effect is. Jason, your wave is boss mode. Well, I hope it is. I hope I am the boss here, guys. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to create my wave, create my ripple effect and get the word out there, guys. So, been watching your Go Lives lately and appreciate your inspiration. Thank you, Scott. You know, and all of these things you guys say to me, I could not be more thankful. You are all too kind. It makes me feel so good that my Go Lives help you guys and that they're useful information, that it's not just BS. I'm not just kind of ranting here. I'm giving you a knowledge that you can now go ahead and use to change your life with. And when you guys give me likes and give me hearts and give me compliments like that, it fills my heart, really does. I appreciate every single comment. I truly do. Even if I don't get back to you immediately or something, I do feel it. I do love it. I really appreciate it. I love all you guys. I seriously do. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You know, there's a reason why those of us in this community say that, because it is very real. It is very real that I love absolutely everybody in this community. I might not even have met you yet, and I love you, and I appreciate you, and I think you are valuable, and I think you are talented, and I think you are brave and strong and magnificent and exceptional and wonderful and powerful, and like, you're world changers. Every single one of us is changing the world every day with what we do. This is way bigger than us, guys. This is way bigger than what this is today and what it's going to be tomorrow. You know, hey, Ethan, this is so much bigger than us that we can't even kind of comprehend how big this is. So, you know, just start thinking about that ripple effect, right? Like Cam was on the webinar there on Tuesday night. You know, Cam is one of my mentors too. I was in Thailand with him and Julian and some of the other people when we did the AWOL reality show. You know, so if Cam had never done this, then Julian, Matthew, me, all of these people would not be where we are, right? Cam's ripple effect is millions. He's like Balaz. He has connected with, he has changed millions of people's lives. People he's never met, never gonna meet, right? But his ripple effect is enormous, and that's what all of us have. We all have this million, people to impact, and it all starts with our first move. It all starts with the moment we start, right? That's when your ripple effect actually starts, the moment you start, right? The moment you start, you have impacted millions of people and you just don't even know it yet. That's it. Hey, Kimberly. Anas, I don't know why you can't connect. I'm sorry, sweetie. RS Noel, nice vid, Angela. I'll be watching the recorded version of it in its entirety after I get out of class in an hour. I've been learning a lot on the ins and outs of this awesome industry. Fantastic. I'm really excited to hear that for you. That's fantastic. I am going to jump off now, guys. I really hope that you've got some value out of this. Again, any more questions for me, pop them in this feed or message me, and I'll either do another go live like this where I can talk to everybody, or I'll try to get back to you as best I can inside the time I have. Kimberly Wallace rocking it. The moment you start, the ripple effect for sure. Exactly. The moment you start, you've impacted 1 million people. You just don't even know it yet. Good night, Scott. You have a great night too, Kimberly. So again, I love and appreciate all you guys. You're very welcome. I see a lot of you saying thank you. Thank you for being here and taking the time to listen to me. You guys, you don't have to, you are choosing to sit down in your computer and listen to me right now, or on your phone, or whatever you're doing. And I understand the value of that. Your time is just as valuable as mine. And I am so grateful that you take the time to come to these things and comment and ask me questions and listen to me, because, this is how I make my ripple. This is how my ripple effect goes, right? This is how I help. This is how Renata, thank you for spending your time with us tonight. You're very welcome. You guys, see, the thing about me is I really don't do anything unless I want to. I kind of have that attitude. If I don't want to do that, I'm not doing it anymore. These go lives, these connections, this is exactly what I love to do. This is exactly why I'm here. This is what my purpose is as a human being. Okay, so I am going to let you go now so you can all get to bed, because I know in other parts of the country and other parts of the world, it's like after midnight now. But I truly do love and appreciate all of you. If you have any more questions for me, please connect. If there's a crap ton of questions again, I'll do another go live like this and put it out to the community. Please share this if you want to, with whoever you want to. I truly love and appreciate you all. You all have a fantastic evening. Tomorrow's Friday, so you can get ready for your weekend. Maybe you should fill your weekend with phone calls, guys. Get on the phone. Your time is expanding my value. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Yeah, the weekend is a great time, guys, because that's when people are off work. That's when you can do calls in the middle of the day instead of always at night or something. So jump onto your weekend, right? This is prime target. That's prime time for targeting and prospecting and talking to people, because that's when most people have the days off, right? So get going on your weekends. I know we all like to spend our weekends having fun and stuff, but this is the kind of sacrifices you make for the business you have. Weekends are a great time to get on calls with people. So get crushing out those calls. I want to hear about everybody's success. Anything that I help you with, I hope it helps. I hope you go off and use these skills. You all have a fantastic evening. Crush it out this weekend. I love and appreciate you all, and I'll see you on my next go live. Ciao for now.